I got invited to the Expedition 33 event. I was really excited to go to this event. So, Deborah Wild was gonna be there. Jennifer English was gonna be there. Ben Starr was gonna be there. I met Ben Starr before. Ben Starr is actually a sweetheart. I met him at PAX last time. Yeah, basically he sang happy birthday to me. He's one of the best people. And also Andy Serkis. Did I say his name right? As soon as I got to the party, there was actually so many people I knew in this party. Like there were some people like Jake and Cassie. I played Dungeons and Dragons with them and Amelia Tyler, like a year before Baldur's Gate came out. I got to see some of these people that I talked with a lot online in person for the very first time. And it was just an absolute blast, you know? And I finally got to give them a big hug, and it made me so happy. And I felt like so loved. That was a little bit overwhelming. Like when Deborah Wild saw me, she literally started jumping, and she was like, ah! And you know, those are the people that when I see them, I jump and I wave and they were just so incredibly sweet. When I talked with one of the organizers of the event, they were like, when people saw your name in the list, they were so happy. I am so happy that you came here to see us. You guys need to understand, I do what I do from home a lot of the times, even though I'm interacting with all of you guys every day, and I love it to death. It can be a little bit lonely, and going to a place in real life where so many people are genuinely excited to see you, and it feels a little bit surreal to me. When Ben Starr saw me, he was like, you must be going crazy, because there was a Baldur's Gate patch, and how you mean you're not home and you're here? Tracy! For those of you who do know Tracy's Jaheira in-game. I didn't even know she was going to be in the party. And apparently she's also in Expedition 33, but she couldn't tell anyone who she is. She literally stood right in front of me. And she was like, hi, Luality. And I was like, she came talk to me. And I just broke. My brain just broke. I was so stunned to see her, and I just gave her a big hug, and she was so sweet. She was so nice, and she didn't have a place to sit, so I made all my friends move one slot over, so she could sit with us, and she God. My pictures will be a little bit shaky because I have shaky hands, and I absolutely love her. This woman is best. She's great. Right after the event started, one of the first things that happened was a question and answers with the voice actors. Both her and Jennifer, they're my all in game. I was sitting in the very front because when they opened the doors, all the places were empty, and I was like, well, I'm only going to be here once, so I may as well get the best view, right? So I sit right in the front. And then when I look back during the show, the game director, the guy who created this, he was all the way in the back, sitting on the floor. And that was the person who basically got all of this. He's the person who I would say is probably the most important person there, because it's thanks to him that everyone got together there that day. And he was just sitting on the floor in the back. I was like, no, you come sit in my place. And he was like, no. And I insisted 2 more times, but he was like, he wouldn't take it. I got to talk with the writer of the game. And I haven't played the game yet except the demo that we played together. She said that she met the game director on Reddit. He made a post on Reddit looking for people to voice act for his characters. And then she reached out to him and then they started talking about the game. And then they decided to rewrite the entire game. And that's how she became the writer. And she's an absolute sweetheart. And this game, Expedition 33, was made by 30 people. 30 people worked on this game. This game does not look like it was worked by 30 people. This party? Dude, there was Andy Stark is in the party. Like, the cast of this game is insane! For those of you who do not know Aliona is Jennifer's partner. But not only that, she is the director of performance in Baldur's Gate. So you know every single cutscene in the game, how the actors act and how the actors move and how things behave in the game, it's thanks to her. When I talked to her, the first thing I did was thank her because I know the Baldur's Gate, the scenes in Baldur's Gate, the acting in Baldur's Gate is like this because of her touch. She couldn't believe it. The first thing that she said, it was like, how do you know this? I didn't expect you to know. Because I don't think people realize how important she was in this game. Because she said that even at conventions, sometimes people will say, what are you doing here? And things like that, and be rude to her. So if you guys ever see her, make sure you thank her. Because she's a great part of why Baldur's Gate is for us the way it is. She has been a big part of the game that we love so much. She put in a lot of work. And we had a more fun picture. And, uh-oh. Okay, I can explain. Ben and I, we were taking pictures in the photo booth. And it broke. I swear it was not my fault. It was Ben. It was all Ben. This is how the photo booth broke. It was actually broken with this picture. And everyone who came around saw this. And this is a picture that Josh took as we realized what was going on. Do you guys know this guy? Maybe I shouldn't tell you guys what happened. Let's just move on. Let's just move on. This is the writer. The lighting wasn't too great. This is the writer. She's lovely. Do I have to tell you? Okay, fine. I have never watched Lord of the Rings. I just could never decide between watching the movies or reading the books. But my idiot does not end there. Okay? So I see my friend, Castiel, talking to him. And I just join in. And I'm like, hi! I'm Luality. Nice to meet you. Well, actually, there was a beautiful lady by our side. I actually said hi to her first. Hi, I'm Luality. Nice to meet you. And then she was like, I am just PR. And I was like, okay, nice to meet you anyways. And, you know, I talk with everyone. And if you're standing there, odds are I will talk with you too. And I talked with Casto. And Casto, he was like in shock. He was looking at Circus. And he was just like in shock. And then he was like, he's my favorite. He's my favorite character in the game. And I was like, oh, nice! My friend has very good taste. I bet I really loved your character too. I looked to him and to the lady and I was like, is it okay if I take a picture with you? Because after I play the game, I'm sure I'll look at it and I will treasure it. And they say, yeah, of course. And then I took a picture with him. And you know what's funny? You guys know I'm friends with Luke Dell. I told Luke that I met him. And Luke was like, "Look, do you realize who this man is? Do you realize what this man did for acting? He's literally the god of motion capture. He's the one who started the thing. And he did so much. And he was like, oh, what the hell? So I've heard from multiple people. I get it, you know? But ultimately, I am who I am. And I'm kind of an idiot. But I think my heart is in the right place. This lady, wait, you can see. This lady, she didn't want to be in the picture. She was shy. I grabbed her in. This lady is very important. She's the writer. She's the writer of the game. And I told her that I really can't wait to play the game because I have a few friends who they are reviewers and they told me great things about this game. Even from the first time that I saw it, it looked really, really, really good. And it looked so stunning. And the fact that there were 30 people working on this game, it's mind-blowing. And the fact that there were so many familiar faces from Baldur's Gate in this game, I'm just very excited for it. One of my friends even told me that this is the best game they played this year so far. So I told the writer that in video games, a lot of times, games in general, they have like good map designers, area designers, because usually people who get into that, they're people who are already into video games and they want to make video games. But when it comes to writing, it's something that's really rare to find it done really well in video games. And I have heard great things and I can't wait to see more in the game. I know that there is a lot of friends from Baldur's Gate in this game. Keep it between us. I have the feeling that his character is going to be my favorite. This is the people who worked on Expedition 33, okay? And I would just scroll all the way to the bottom. You see this? Monaco is their dog. So his character is named after the studio dog. So as soon as I arrived at the party, I was a little bit disappointed when I heard that the dog wasn't going to be there. Because, you know, I was really looking for it. But then they say the environment was really loud. Monaco would, you know, not feel... I understood it. I understood. But he's my favorite. Yeah. So his character is named after their dog, and that's really sweet. So he's also a super awesome person, and you know, this is Josh. Josh is a very good friend of mine. Josh, I hanged out a lot with Josh. He even went shopping with me, and then he carried my bag, and he this is after he spent like the day with me. The man was just exhausted. He was done. And you know, and then I had trouble fitting this in the luggage because I miscalculated, but you know, it figured out. Josh is one of my favorite people in the whole industry because when I was a nobody at the Baldur's Gate launch event, we went for dinner in a place with like a bunch of content creators. And I arrived a little bit late because my hotel was a little bit further than everyone else's. And I was just horrified. Imagine you never really leave your house and all that, and then there is this table full of content creators, some people that are legendary, that everyone has heard about. Josh stood up, came to me, dragged me to one of the ends of the table, and he was like, "Everyone, this is Luality, and she's legendary." He introduced me to the entire table. And I really appreciate him for that. And I have been following his example, and I hope that I show the same kindness to others around me in the shoes that I was back then. We're very good friends, lovely person. And then, oh, here we go. A fancy picture with, the voice actors and all that. And here, with Cirques and God, I'm just, sorry, I'm just so happy. I'm just so happy. Those people were so kind to me. Oh, look at them. Everyone's really... Fern. Fern is lovely. I love her. Fern is the one who even invited me to all of this, so I'm very thankful to her. And we took lots of pictures together. I actually played games on stream before with Deborah. We played Overcooked together. So to me, it was actually a miracle that she was happy to see me, because you know how Overcooked can go. It's a very stressful game. Josh and Tracy. Oh God, I missed them so much. This is me and Josh. This is me and Tracy. And this is me and Luke. There's lots of familiar faces, well, voices, from Baldur's Gate in the game. I have only heard amazing things. Since the first time I saw the game looked really, really pretty. I got a collector's edition. We'll open when we play, okay? I did get the art book of the game. And in the very end of the party, I had the idea to ask all the devs that were there for a signature. And I also asked all the actors that were there to sign. So I'll try to show you guys when we play the game. The game comes out on the 24th, but we'll be able to play it together on the 23rd. I hope you guys are here. I need you guys to know that I could press that play button, but I'm not going to, because I will be waiting to play with you guys on the 23rd. I'm really excited for this game. So in the 23rd, we'll press the play button together. Yeah?